Buckle up, listeners, because tonight we're diving headfirst into the spookiest corners of America. You know, the kind of places that make your spine tingle, the ones with stories, legends that have been passed down for generations.
Oh, yeah, we're talking about those haunted hotspots that really get under your skin.
Places like the Bell Witch Cave,
Uh-huh.
Eastern State Penitentiary,
Oh,
Salem, Massachusetts,
the classic.
and the Winchester Mystery House.
Ooh, that one's a doozy. A real head scratcher.
We're talking real deep dive here, folks, into the heart of haunted America.
Oh.
Ready to get spooked?
Let's do it.
Okay, so first up, the Bell Witch. This one takes us all the way back to the 1800s Tennessee. We're talking about the Bell family, tormented by, well, the Bell Witch. And this was no ordinary haunting.
Not your average ghost story, no, sir. This thing was something else.
So tell me, what makes the Bell Witch legend so different, so terrifying?
Well, the Bell Witch didn't just rattle chains or moan in the night. This entity, it was vocal, like really vocal. It would speak through the walls, almost like these disembodied voices echoing throughout the house.
Well, hold on. Like actual conversations or just like creepy whispers?
Both, actually. Sometimes it was just whispers, but other times it would hold full-blown conversations with the family. Can you imagine? Hearing a voice you can't explain, knowing it's directed at you?
I'd probably nope right out of there.
Yeah, most people would. But it gets worse. This entity didn't just talk, it got physical too. There were reports of family members being slapped, scratched, even pinned down by some unseen force.
No way. That's intense, like poltergeist level stuff.
Yeah.
It's almost as if this entity wanted to be acknowledged, wanted to make its presence known.
Right, and the really creepy part is the belief that this witch, it's still present in the cave today, even all these years later.
So it's not just a story. People still believe she's there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There are people who swear they've felt her presence, heard her whispers in the darkness of the cave. It's almost as if the legend itself took on a life of its own, becoming part of the cave's very essence.
Okay, moving on from a ghost who likes to chat and throw things around, let's talk about a place where it's the silence that's unsettling. Eastern State Penitentiary in Philly. This former prison, it's known for its Gothic architecture and the stories of the inmates who did time there. The building itself almost seems designed to evoke fear, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. Those imposing walls, the isolation of the cells, it all creates this heavy atmosphere. The kind that makes you feel like you're being watched.
Right, like something's lurking just out of sight.
Exactly. And then you add in the reported experiences. Whispers in the cell blocks, shadowy figures in the corridors. There's this lingering unease that just permeates the entire prison.
Like echoes of the past, right?
Yeah.
The suffering that went on there, it's almost like it's imprinted on the place itself.
It makes you wonder if places can hold on to those negative energies. Sort of like how the Salem witch trials still cast a shadow over, Salem.
Salem, a town synonymous with, witch hunts and mass hysteria. That period in 1692, it really left an undeniable mark on the town's history, didn't it?
Absolutely. It's a stark reminder of what can happen when fear and suspicion run rampant.
And it seems that reminder goes beyond the history books. There are all these reports of spectral figures in Salem, objects moving on their own, a pervasive feeling that the events of 1692 are still present somehow.
Right, like the town itself is haunted by its own past.
It's almost as if the trauma of the witch trials is embedded in the very fabric of Salem.
Imagine yourself walking down those cobblestone streets, knowing all the weight of history that surrounds you. It's easy to see why Salem continues to both fascinate and frighten people.
Okay, for our final stop, let's head to California, to the Winchester Mystery House. Now this place, it's a maze of architectural oddities, almost like a physical manifestation of fear and uncertainty.
It's bizarre, that's for sure. Sarah Winchester, the woman who built it, she believed she was haunted by the spirits of those killed by Winchester rifles. So she designed this sprawling mansion with all these strange features, to try and confuse or trap the ghosts.
So like what kind of strange features are we talking about?
Oh, stairs that lead to nowhere, doors that open into walls, windows that overlook other rooms. It's like she was trying to create this impossible labyrinth to keep the spirits at bay.
Wow, it's almost like you can feel her desperation, her need to outsmart these unseen forces.
Exactly. And it begs the question, was she truly haunted, or was this all a manifestation of some deeper psychological struggle? The mystery remains unsolved, adding to the house's eerie allure.
So we've traveled from a talking, mischievous witch in Tennessee to a silent, brooding prison in Philly. We've walked the streets of Salem where history and hauntings collide. And we've gotten lost in the maze that is the Winchester Mystery House. It's pretty clear that America has no shortage of spooky stories and haunted locations, right?
That's for sure. These places, they challenge our understanding of the world. They blur the lines between history and the supernatural, keeping us on the edge of our seats.
And you know what? We've only just scratched the surface. Who knows what other stories are out there waiting to be uncovered? Maybe there's even a haunted spot right in your own town, some place where the past whispers through the present. So keep your ears open, listeners. You never know what you might hear.
Sweet dreams!
Until next time.